Julian Placino and Foster Williams, the job problem.
Career search at CityWorks. Career search at CityWorks. Come on, man. Y'all making me.
Give us your comments on LinkedIn Live. Jake Melton in the house.
No. Tell us, Foster, what's it about?
Who? Yeah, no.
Hey, welcome to the Who You Know Job Networking Show, where what you know is important.
Yeah,
but
who
you
y'all
know
can make all the difference in job search.
Who you know. So, it's your boy Trevor Houston, financial services professional, and your host of the Who You Know Job Networking Show. And we got a very, very special guest in the house.
Show today, yeah.
Oh, we got a great show today. We got two special guests actually. Andi Cook and Bryan Zawikowski.
Zawikowski. We also got your co-host Foster Williams.
I'm
Mark
over
Elder.
here in the I'm with you guys.
Yeah.
That's right.
And Mark Elder. Can't forget that.
Yep.
So,
howdy.
Guys, we got a great show for you today. We got a lot of content to get to. So we always like to bless the show for the listeners with a prayer. So, Foster, will you do us the honors, please?
I would be more than glad to do that. You guys bow your heads with me. There's a lot of you guys listening. Bow down. Listen to me just for a minute. Foster. My God. Father in heaven, thank you so much for the opportunity to serve you and serve your people and bring to you this radio show that you have created for us to be able to let people know what's going on in the job search, especially when they have been let go for whatever reasons possible, and then they find themselves in a market that they don't know much about. We're still finding people that have been with companies for 25, 30 years. You guys are probably listening to me. What do I do? Well, Father, we're asking that you help these people hear and understand and connect with many things. In any way that we can help, we will be more than glad to do so. And we pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Well, we've got a lot of landings.
Yeah, we got a lot of landings.
Yeah. So super excited about that. But before I go to that, I actually got a testimonial I want to read here.
Oh, cool.
From, let's see, this is Gia. So Gia came through the workshop on Monday, and I just absolutely love this testimonial that she wrote back to us because it had to do with, what we were teaching in the workshop and Bomb. Those of you that this is your first time listening to us, we teach you a video technology tool to rehumanize your job search process. So she wrote back to us. She said, I went to Frisco Connect a few weeks ago, and when you and Mark presented and talked about Bomb, I was skeptical. But after yesterday, I thought I'd try it. A couple weeks ago, a company for which I previously interviewed reached out about a position, scheduled a phone interview with the HR, and was rejected an hour after the phone interview.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And she says, honestly, it was just frustrating. So my answer to one of the questions had been haunting me, and I was considering sending over an email with a better answer. So after yesterday, I sent a video of my better answer, and now I'm being reconsidered for the position. HR is going to send my info over to the hiring manager. It worked. Thank you for all you do, Gia. So thank you for sending that in. Congratulations. We hope that it turns into something and you go to the next round and the next round, right? That would just be phenomenal.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
I love it.
And
cool.
that's like
Gia's cool, though.
I mean, think about that. She was at the workshop this week, Monday, had an actionable item, and boom, within like 2 days had positive traction and results.
And the courage to apply it too, which is
right?
impressive.
100%. A lot of people come and they learn and they get inspired and they get encouraged, and then guess what? Life gets in the way and they don't actually take the action that you need to do. You got to go home and apply.
Wow, I'm looking
Right?
at her LinkedIn profile. It says she is a machine learning engineer.
Love it.
That sounds like something you companies need to be hiring.
It is.
Matter of fact,
I
It's a
kind of
hot
figured
topic,
you were
yeah.
going to, yeah.
Matter of fact, if I could get Monkey Butt, if he's back there listening in the back of the studio, if he could pull this up for me, I'd like to pull up her profile and a couple other landings that we've got going on too. So super excited for you. I hope you get some good news soon. Let us know if you get the good news.
Yeah.
That would be a phenomenal success story. Let's go to a couple other of the landings that we have found.
We got a bunch this week.
So, congratulations to
Meg
Ashwin.
Rose. We already said Meg Rose, didn't we?
No, we'll get to her.
Okay.
So we got Ashwin. If you could keep that
Ashwin,
pulled
this
up.
is good, man.
Ashwin, yep, congratulations. Let's give a round of applause for Ashwin.
All right.
Come on.
I can hear you guys clapping. Come on.
Yes. I need hands on LinkedIn. If you're on the LinkedIn live stream, I need you to put your hands on LinkedIn.
That's a good idea.
Also, we do have, Foster had just said it, we've got Meg Rose.
Meg Rose Quintero. They asked
Meg
her in her
Rose.
interview.
Congratulations.
They asked her 2 crazy questions.
What were they?
And one of them was, what is NCC 1701?
Huh?
And she's like, what?
I
I
don't
like
know.
that one because I'm nerdy.
I have no idea what that is.
You don't know what NCC 1701?
Mm-mm.
You never watched
Think-
Star Trek?
Yeah, I think Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk?
Bro.
Actually, it's NCC 1701D. It's
Bro.
a D model. Now, that's nerdy, isn't it?
Okay, so Star
mean,
Wars,
no
not
judgment,
not whatever you just said. Star Trek. I don't do that Star Trek. Star
Meg
Wars.
Rose,
It's funny.
chime
I
in
would've
and
lost that
remind us
genre.
of what that other question was. I can't remember it.
So congratulations, Meg Rose.
No doubt.
Did she know that answer?
Yeah.
See, I would have lost that job right there. Good job, Meg.
We also have David Ferner. Congratulations, David
Ferner.
Ferner.
Hey,
So
David.
I want to talk about his story real quick. So he's actually going to be sending in a video about his testimonial of how it all came about. But it happened from the job father here, Foster Williams. So Foster made an introduction that led to the recruiter and hiring manager. And, you know, that's all it takes. He also used BombBomb. He used the video technology tool, and I love what he said about it. He said that it definitely helped, and he sent in a personalized video to each and every one of the people that interviewed him. That makes a difference,
Yeah, that
guys.
makes a difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it does.
It makes a huge difference. So congratulations, David. That is awesome. Let's get some round of applause for David. Let's see who else we got here. We got Tracy Lancaster.
Yeah.
Tracy Lancaster, congratulations.
Oh, Trace?
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah, Tracy Lancaster, super excited about that. She is a project manager, so we're excited to hear about your story. She wrote in an email, guys. It was really detailed. We'd be here all day.
That's Tracy.
It was really, really detailed.
She's a project manager.
Yep, it was really, really detailed. But congratulations, Tracy. And I think one last would be Carrie Knoll. We just got the notification today. Carrie Knoll, congratulations.
That's right.
Nice.
He landed.
Carrie landed at Snowfly.
Snowfly.
It is a
Okay.
division of the company Jibber Jobber. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Didn't
It's
they
gonna-
come
it's a
through?
neat-
Jibber Jabber came through?
Jibber Jobber came through.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they've been on the show and all that, right?
Jason Alba came and he was speaking at a number of my groups, and then Snowfly came out of that because they figured out a solution for companies, some of the HR departments, for different solutions to be able to track activity inside of companies. So you guys are going to be hearing a lot more about Snowfly, and you will be talking to Carrie Noel.
That's
Great.
awesome.
Carrie's
Amazing.
great too. Yep.
Carrie's awesome.
What about some events coming up? Anything that you guys are aware of? Any different networking events or anything going on? Mark, Foster, anything?
Well-
We need to get Judge Bugby. I need to be checking with Judge Bugby.
Yeah, he's got the
Yeah.
job report.
He's got the job report. And on that job report, guys, if you make it out to Frisco Connect, we have a segment called the job report. The job report tells you everything that's going on in and around Dallas-Fort Worth, job fairs. It tells you about open houses. It tells you about anything special events that are going on towards job search in which you guys can get in and network and meet people that are actually working for companies.
Well,
You guys could meet Andi. She's part of a lot of job fairs. I know her company real well.
in 7 days a
I
week.
know Brian's company
A
real well.
week from today, I do believe it's the North Texas Regional Job Fair.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
coming.
Grapevine.
And Grapevine, it sure is.
Oh, yeah. Yep. That's a good one, too.
Yep.
You guys need to make sure you go connect with that.
That's at the Grapevine Convention Center on October 30th, next Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Beautiful. Well, let's say hello to our audience real quick. We've got a great audience with us today. Egbert, how are you doing, man? Good to see you. Gary Halverson, how are you? Erica, hey, how are you? Meg Rose.
Meg Rose.
Congratulations.
Meg Rose is out there. Hey, Meg Rose.
What did she say? If you a pencil and you were
Oh,
dropped
yeah.
in a blender, what would you do?
That was the other question that she was asked on her interview, you guys. This
Oh, my
company
God.
we did not expect.
That's very outside of the box.
Oh, it was the whole process
There's
behind
not
Meg
even a
Rose
box.
landing this job wasn't even supposed to work. Oh my God!
Wow.
Wait till she tells that story.
That's
That is
awesome.
awesome. Well, guys, we absolutely love you. Congratulations, Meg Rose and Carrie. I see you're on with us too. Congrats to you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah,
tell,
congrats,
Tell us
Carrie.
how it all came about. I'd love to hear your story.
Jason Alba, if you're listening, hey brother.
Yeah, what's going on? This is also what I'm going to call Shout Out Wednesday, okay? If there is anybody that you feel like should be tagged in this, I would like you to go ahead and tag them in the comments, because there may be another job seeker that doesn't know about all the resources that are out there, like Frisco Connect or South Lake Focus Group, or you know what? Go ahead and tag them if there's someone that you know that needs to get plugged into this stuff. Maybe it's a recruiter that you're like, hey, you know what?
Hey, absolutely.
This recruiter needs to know about this. Or maybe it's just showing appreciation. You want to give a shout out to somebody who has helped you in your job search.
Yep.
Give them a shout out and tag them in the video. We'd love to see that. Also, put a hashtag and what you do in the comments section. So if you're IT, project management, QA, accounting and finance, put a hashtag. We'd love to see that as well.
Recruiters are watching.
They
True.
are.
Always.
We're always,
Always.
we're on every little electric line there is
Yes.
overlooking the community.
Some call it e-stalking.
E-stalking.
We call it recruiting.
Yeah, we call it recruiting.
Some people call it sourcing, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
little
technically.
sourcing.
Little sourcing,
Little
little
sourcing.
stocking,
I like-
whatever
I
you
like-
got to
You
do.
know,
I
whatever
like
you have to do.
e-stalking. I like that.
you already talk
I don't
about
want
the
to tell
share
you how
button?
long I've been recruiting, but man, it has changed over the years.
I'm recruiting long enough that I have called a city hall for a phone number for a resident we couldn't find
Good.
on social media.
Wow.
Did
That's
you ever?
aggressive.
Did you ever
Yeah,
recruit
that's-
like this? Did you ever?
That's strong.
Right.
This is Andy from the FBI.
Exactly. You know you need a job today.
That's right.
We have a lot of tricks.
We do.
Hey guys, before we go any further, I also want to, as always, remind you there's a little arrow down at the bottom of your screen. You need to click that and share it.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
What does it say? Hook 'em horns.
Get the word out.
Hook 'em horns.
Also-
you got your
Also want to give a shout out real quick though to anybody that was impacted by the storms. I heard
Oh,
that
yeah,
nine tornadoes.
Oh, my.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
9 confirmed tornadoes. I know there was a lot of people affected by that. So guys, we're praying with you. Let us know if you need anything. You can reach out to us. Send an email to whoyouknowshow@gmail.com. We'd be more than glad to help in any way we can. Just let us know. I mean, I know there was a lot of people affected by that.
Absolutely.
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
And you
Thank
people
goodness.
listening across the nation, don't fear Texas. Texas is still a safe place.
Well, yeah.
So you guys might want to relocate here because we got 3 recruiters on this show today.
I was born in
And the job
McKinney,
market.
right? I was born
You
in
were
McKinney.
born in McKinney,
And
weren't you?
I've seen this tornado stuff all the time, but
And
it
you
never,
still living.
It's always so close to home, but never home, right?
Well, and
Yeah.
it's
Me
amazing
too.
that no injuries, significant injuries
Yeah.
I
report,
know.
no fatalities.
Did anybody get injured this time?
Not
Not
that we
I've
here,
heard
I
of
think in
anybody.
Arkansas, but
Did- yeah.
just an amazing
In
job from our
Arkansas?
first responders too.
Indeed.
We just did an amazing job.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I also want to give a special plug to our workshop because you guys heard it already. There's been a lot of success stories that come out of there. And
Whole
it's
lot
all
of
about
success
taking
stories.
action, right? So if you've been to our workshop and you know what we're talking about, go and put hashtag workshop in the comments section if you have been. If you have not been and you want to know more information about it, basically this workshop is going to help you to rehumanize your job search process.
It'll
right?
teach you guys how to come out of the black hole, actually.
Yeah, it definitely will. So I know right now your biggest struggle is you're applying online and you're getting nowhere, right? You're not hearing
Yeah, that's a
anything
lot
back.
of that. Yeah.
You're not hearing anything. There's no reactions. If you do get something, it's probably an automated canned email that says thanks but no thanks, right? We decided to go a different
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
I want you to know that that does not mean that that is a dead opportunity. I see people pack up and move on after they get that canned email. that doesn't mean anything. All that means is you're in the black hole, and a human being needs to get involved. We need to get humans involved.
Absolutely.
And so we're going to teach you the best ways to do that, best practices. This book right here, Rehumanize Your Business by Ethan Butte. Chapter 9, they mention us in this book because of some of the strategies that are working from our workshop. So, guys, we would you heard one success story already. It's almost like a second chance interview. How cool is that?
A lot of that, it falls on, I'm a recruiter, guys, so you know I don't always tell you what you want to hear, but a lot of times we don't hear things back because we have applied amiss, as my dad used to say. So in this workshop, we can help you guys how to not do that. And I've been a recruiter so long, I'm always glad to run my mouth and show you guys how do you get their attention.
Anything you can do to set yourself apart, too, because the average online job gets 300 applicants. So you're having to stand out against 300 applicants.
Yeah,
And
the
so
person doing the
this is
resume
awesome.
screening sometimes is just looking for certain keywords,
Right.
and if you're missing those, then you get put in the wrong stack,
Yeah.
never to be seen again. Even though you may be a fit for something, maybe even not that.
100%.
We've got two of the most powerful recruiting companies in Dallas-Fort Worth right here with us talking today, guys. And you're going to hear more and more and more about it. Brian's going to talk,
Yep.
and Andy's going to talk about Matrix, and Brian's going to talk about the Lucas Group.
Matter of fact, don't go anywhere. We got to
Yeah.
cut the commercial break real quick. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to hear more from Andy Cook from Matrix, and we'll be right back. So stay
Hey,
tuned.
John Davis.
All right, LinkedIn, what's going on? We want to hear from you. I see a lot of comments coming in here. Carla Cruz, how are you doing? She says, #workshop. Peter Stamps. Meg
Hey,
Rose,
Peter.
how are you? Joelle, how are you doing?
Joel's
Good to
with
see
us
there.
today.
She says, Foster, have you driven anywhere lately? Not safe.
Joel, whenever I go somewhere, girl, it ain't safe.
Oh, Gene says, just left the pit crew. Let's talk about the pit crew real
Let's
quick.
talk about
Pit
that.
crew is the practice interview team down
Right.
there.
Right.
What's the church that they meet up at?
Christ United
Christ
Methodist
United.
Oh,
Church.
look at that! Look at that! Give me one of those cards. Give me one. See that?
Go, Mark. Go,
Mark's
Mark.
making it rain with pit crew
Christ
cards.
United Methodist Church, 3101 Coit Road, Plano, Texas 75075. Wednesdays from 1 p.m. to 2:41 p.m.
Mhm. Love it.
Ernie Vanderleest. I see him on there.
So you know what they're gonna do at
Ernie's
the pit crew?
Popo.
They're gonna give you a practice interview, and here's the deal. Here's what we're finding. We're asking the questions all the time. How many interviews are you getting?
Yeah.
Right? That's
Right.
how you measure your job search. How many interviews are you getting?
Right.
And the average is scary. 1 per month. Okay? If you're getting more than that, you're doing great. If you're getting less than that, something's wrong. But the average is 1 per month. That is scary alone. Okay?
Yeah.
So think about it. If you get one opportunity in a month, you need to make sure that you are prepared. And that's what this practice interview
Yeah.
team's going to do. You
Yeah.
got to ace that thing. Don't go in and wing it. Okay? Don't
Right.
wing it. There you go. I'll give that
Half
to
the
you.
battle's already won. You guys got called in for an interview. Half the battle is there.
Yes, it is. All right. So let's see what else. Make sure you hashtag what you're looking for, what you're searching for. Hashtag IT, project management, QA, accounting and finance, whatever it is. And also, Monkey Butt, can you pull this up in the stream too? I want to make sure we give a special shout out to our peeps over at VIP.
Oh, we got to yell at VIP.
Hey, Casey.
Yes.
Casey
Haston.
Haston.
So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and play this real quick. These are our peeps over at VIP. We are VIP.com. You can go for all your accounting and finance needs. These folks have a spirit, and they are going to help you in your search. Matter of fact, you need to check out the We Are VIP podcast with Casey Haston. Make sure you go connect with her on LinkedIn as well. This girl just has the spirit, and she wants to help. So,
And Casey used to be an accountant.
yep.
Now she's a recruiter. Yay, we got her.
Now she recruits accountants.
Yes, she does. She knows how to do that well.
Yeah, so thank you so
Now
much.
She counts the bean counters.
Counts the bean counter. Hasten is her last name, guys. I suggest that you guys connect with her on LinkedIn. I really do. Tell her Foster said do it.
You know what? We've got Ernie Vanderleest. How do you say the last name?
Vanderleest.
Vanderleest. See,
Ernie's Popo.
You got it.
I'm bad with names, guys. You guys know that, right?
I love Ernie.
Like, I don't know why I'm a host. I'm horrible with names.
Tammy.
And I'm like
Jacopoulos.
Ernie
I love her last
Vanderleest.
Vanderleest.
Sound it out. Sound it out.
Ernie, you're the only Vanderleest I know, and I've been recruiting a long time, brother.
Tammy says hashtag management, hashtag HR.
Yes.
Tammy, are you part of Dallas HR? Just curious. We're going to be down at Dallas HR in January doing a presentation down there.
At
So
JobLink.
Tammy
Yep, at
is
JobLink.
definitely part of the HRCSN.
yes.
Tammy's actually in operations, guys.
Ah, there you go. There are a lot of resources out here, guys. So I'll just name a few. There's South Lake Focus Group. There's
The Pit Crew.
The Pit Crew. There's Frisco Connect. Jewish Family Services.
JFS.
Yep, they've got a career and financial services program over there that's amazing. Dallas HR. Guys, you got a lot of organizations out there that are
Yep.
just
Career DFW.
Career
Jeff
DFW.
Morris's group.
We've got that new
Mhm.
one coming next month. On the 20th, Transition
Yes.
Point will launch, which is DFW Prayer Breakfast is launching that new Transition Point.
yes.
So that
Oh,
starts
nice.
November 20th, and we'll have more details coming out. We have
Yes.
a planning meeting next week. So
Yeah,
Awesome.
Oh.
that is really,
Sounds
really
like
cool.
Andy's involved in some stuff.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Go, Andy.
Oh yeah, she is.
Yeah, I know you do.
She's gonna tell us some more about that. Yep. We also have, if you're on the western side of the DFW metro area,
All right,
you've
all
got
right,
Career
my
Search,
side.
Career Search Network Fort Worth, Career Search Fort Worth.
Yes, yes. Every Monday morning, 9 o'clock to 11
great.
o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
All right, all right. Welcome back to the Who You Know Job Networking Show, where
Why
what
is
you
that?
know is important.
But
who you
Who
know
y'all
can make
know.
all the difference
That's
in your
why
job
this-
search.
the show is named Who You Know, y'all.
That's it.
Yep.
So today we have a very, very special guest with us, Andi Cook. She is a proud member of award-winning recruiting team at
Yes.
Matrix Resources
You
in
guys-
Addison.
You guys in IT, y'all know Matrix.
Yes. She currently writes articles and posts job seeker tips to more than 9,000 connections on LinkedIn, from resume and interview tips to
That was-
career growth.
A lion. If the
Yeah, I love the sound effects.
Yes.
Andy is dedicated to
Are you
helping
alive?
job seekers
Yep.
build their professional brand. So welcome, Andy, everybody, to the show.
All right, all right.
guys,
Well, how are you?
I'm great. I made it over in super great facility. So thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I like what you guys are doing. I've been really catching up. I am new to your audience, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Well-
We met at the prayer breakfast. Or
Yes.
We met
Oh,
after
awesome.
the
Yeah.
prayer breakfast.
Yeah.
And so just connected from there. And now I've been kind of catching up. Didn't know this was available. So
Very
I'm
cool.
excited to be a part of it.
Well, we're
Yeah.
excited to have you here. Tell us a little bit about Matrix and your background and all that
Sure.
good stuff.
So I have kind of a varied background. I started in education and then moved into a help desk analyst role. And so my mom is a help desk director over
Hi,
at
Mom.
Baylor. Hi, Mom. And
Oh,
but
Baylor.
she kind of introduced me to that world early in my career. So I left education not because of education, but because of finances. I needed a way to put my son through school. I wasn't going to do that on a teacher salary. And unfortunately, we have to
Yeah.
choose between passion and practicality sometimes. And so
That happens.
while I was working as a contract, my recruiter approached me and said, have you thought about being a recruiter? I think you could make this work.
Oh,
and
wow.
so I really bought into the intrinsic side of I can help people again, but still meet, make finances work. And so I was struggling a little bit on the help desk while I was being recognized as a good employee. I refuse to believe you're having an Excel spreadsheet crisis. So I wanted something that, like, at the end of the day, I felt like I was making a difference. And so I started out in aviation recruited in the aerospace and defense and Gulfstream and all those kind of clients. And then
I did a little of that too.
yes, see, and that I got my feet under me on recruiting, but I always wanted to branch into the IT side. It's just the hardest to branch into.
It can be.
And so once I got the opportunity to work with Matrix, it has been life-changing.
Did they find you or you find them?
So, funny story here.
I love
Kyle Rampy is my manager, and when
Hey,
I
Kyle.
was independent recruiting, I actually tried to steal him away from Matrix before I knew anything
Nice.
about them. So we stayed in touch after that, after he politely said, no, I have a good thing here. Well, I had never met a recruiter who loved their job or loved their company. A lot of people are like, no, it's cutthroat. You don't want to be here. That wasn't Matrix. And
That's
so
not Matrix.
that stuck with me when I was ready. My son had been sick at the time, so I was doing some independent stuff. And when he got better, I was like, I want a good company to work with, somebody who, who do I know that's actually happy at work? And
Wait, say that again. Who do I know?
Who do I know?
Who do you know? Who you know?
And so
We
it
all know.
was very much
No.
who do you know? And so I remembered that Kyle was happy with Matrix. And when I got on board, I realized how powerful this company was.
It
was
really is.
the first company I'd ever been around. Our consultant care, like
Mhm.
the people who work for us, I get to go and have lunch with the people who work for me at least once a month and just sit down and talk to them. Not everybody has that flexibility. But I always tell people, if your recruiter has not taken you to lunch in a month, you're working for the wrong company called Matrix.
Mm.
So,
Mhm.
like, partner with people who take care of you.
Did John interview you before you went to work there?
No, I interviewed with like 14 other people though.
John, I'm putting you on blast, brother.
He did approve of me going, but
Yeah.
but yeah, John's a great guy.
Yeah,
So.
we've been around since the dawning of time.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. He's moving on up.
Yeah, John's
big
responsible for a lot of
Yes.
Matrix.
Yes.
Andy,
Yeah.
what would be a couple of tricks or tips or advice that you would give to a job seeker? I mean, you've obviously got some experience going through this.
Absolutely.
If you're having some trouble getting out of that black hole, what would be some things that you would talk to them about?
So the most important thing I always talk to people about is your resume, because it is the number one thing that puts you in front of a hiring manager. If your resume is off, you're not going to get the chance to interview. So we can work all day on those interview skills, but if I can't get you in front of them,
Okay.
now so many things are automated, and we talked a little bit about keywords earlier. Some things are automated. I know Textron, for example, uses an automated system where it keyword matches for the HR. So it's not even, HR going through resumes anymore. You're
Yeah.
scored based on keywords, based on a job description.
Yeah.
So if you don't take the time to tailor that resume to get it in through their system, you're going to get looked over, and you kind of have to think there's a yes, no, and maybe pile. And if you get in the maybe pile, you're only called after all of the yeses.
So I have a question. Has
Sure.
anybody ever, or is there ever been in a situation where somebody's been in the black hole
Mhm.
and somebody introduced them to you, or maybe they found you on LinkedIn or something like that, and then you pulled them out?
I think a lot of times, yes, but sometimes it's they're trying to fit with a specific company that may or may not be the right opportunity. So sometimes it's a difference of we're trying to make something happen that isn't the right
That-
place for us.
Right, like
Um,
you shouldn't have applied for that in the
Yes.
in
Or
the start.
I see more often than not, and I have some tips out there about people who are applying that are hearing I'm overqualified. And a lot
okay.
of times what I see is it's somebody who was in a management role or a leadership role who is facing unexpected layoff or something, and they're trying to fit back into what they used to do because there are not as many jobs out there for managers. So
Right.
the people who are calling you are not the executive recruiters. They're people going, oh, well, you used to be a .NET developer. We can cram you back into this role. But really, that
not
was
with
two
hiring manager.
that was two
Right.
platforms ago. So you're qualified, you're not qualified, and people will view them hiring you as a temporary fix to your permanent need.
Okay, well that's a great a great segue, because I like what you're saying, but what if I'm later on in my career and I want to take a step back? I don't want to go forward.
Sure.
I'm trying to. I climbed up the mountain, and I'm trying to climb down the mountain.
Absolutely.
What?
So
How do I
Absolutely.
transition and
how
go
you
go backwards?
speak to that, and how you speak to that is going to be key, especially if you get the chance to talk to somebody.
Right.
Then you have two things to address when you're quote unquote overqualified. One, are you going to stay if a leadership opportunity comes available?
Got
So are
it.
you just there temporarily? And two, can you follow after you've led? So if I'm talking to you and you're concerned about whether or not my goal is to take your job, then I can't get past that wall of defense unless I speak to how I'm going to serve you as a member of your team.
I love this because our audience, a lot of them are dealing with this challenge
Sure.
right now.
We hear this all.
It's the
All the time.
overqualified. You know, they worked up that corporate ladder,
Absolutely.
got to the top of the pyramid, right? And these corporate companies are making financial decisions, and they're cutting the top, right?
Right.
So the most powerful emotion really is empathy. And so if I can relate, so if you're a manager telling me your struggles and I connect with you on that level, I go, man, that sounds really tough, but I stop there. I don't try to fix it for you. Now I'm not a threat to you. Now I'm just understanding.
Mhm.
And so then I can speak to, as a member of your team, how can I support your vision? And that's what, if I come in as a support to your vision with all of these qualifications, now I'm an asset.
Yeah.
If I come in guns blazing, ready to just show you everything I have, and I come on too strong. Now I'm a threat to you.
You're a threat.
And so
Those
you
are
have
good questions, Trevor. Oh my
you have
God.
to watch for like the body language in there. When somebody starts looking down, they start really just fiddling through your resume. They stop making eye contact. They clip questions. You have now. Really, what has happened is you've become a threat to them.
Oh, ooh, body language.
Yeah, that's super
So-
important.
So all of those things are super important because what I'm hearing is for a person that may be overqualified, that may be a senior level exec or something like that, the resume is important, but you got to get that face to face so you can have that dialogue.
Absolutely. And that's where I talk to people a lot about networking.
Yeah.
Start with who you know. Start with reaching out to people.
Ding ding.
Hey, I'm back in the market, and I know that you know me as a leader in the industry, but what I'm really looking for is to take a step back. As you know, I'm entering the last 10 years of my career, and I'm looking for somewhere where I can really serve a team. And having that conversation.
I love what you just said. You know what? That is perfect. Here's something I recommend for the job seekers to do too. We teach them this in the workshop. What you just said, they should put that on a video.
Yeah.
And I mean, those words, exactly.
Absolutely.
Right? Put that on a video.
Call it out. Like if
transparency.
Absolutely.
Transparency.
So if you know somebody's going to look at you and say that you're overqualified, start out your video with, hey, I know if you're looking at my resume, you might think that I'm overqualified.
Get ahead of it, right?
Go ahead and just speak to it in an honest way, even, just in a lighthearted way, but stay positive. And one thing I hear a lot from, especially people who have heard this a lot, they're frustrated by the time they get to me.
Yeah.
They've worked with recruiters who don't call them back. They're tired of getting jobs they're not qualified for. They're tired of submitting online. Like, they're frustrated, and that comes through in an interview.
Oh,
Totally.
And
Oh,
so if you can't lay all that at the door and position yourself positively, then it can be detrimental.
Yeah, we tell people all the time, two things you can control: your activity and your
Attitude.
attitude,
Keep
right?
them positive.
The
Absolutely.
rest
positive.
is up to the man upstairs.
Absolutely.
But what you're saying is almost like sales, right? You're saying go over and overcome the objections before they come out.
Absolutely.
Like go in there and say, I'm sure
An
you.
interview is sales.
It is.
It really is. You're selling why I'm the person that can meet your needs.
Mhm.
So we too often go into an interview at every level going, hey, how does this job meet my need? And we sell ourselves, but we neglect to really listen. And I go
Right.
back to that Stephen Covey, seek first to understand and then to be understood.
Jane Ryan, you hearing that?
And so when you go in and you're really listening to what their needs are, you can speak to how you're a fit for meeting that gap or bridging that gap. But if you go in just with a sales pitch and you haven't really listened to what they're doing or what they're needing,
that shows.
you're going to you're selling yourself, and you may even connect, and they may even like you a lot. And this is where we hear people go, hey, the interview was perfect. We had a great conversation, and then all of a sudden they don't get the job, and they're like,
They
what
go
happened?
Mm-hmm.
But
And guys,
they didn't
in
listen.
order to get an opportunity to sell that idea, or you're stepping back in your career or whatever, please network and develop a
Yes.
relationship that will give you an opportunity to have that opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
And treat the interview like a conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
Well,
Not an
and-
interrogation.
Connect.
And you brought up a very good point, and especially relating that to sales, because most people in the job search are not coming from a sales background. They don't
Right.
have the techniques or the experience and the skill set. And most people, when they think about sales, they think about pitching, the
Right.
perfect pitch. How do I get my story in, relay my message, right? Communicate what my objective is. And that is, from a sales perspective, exactly what you do not do.
Right.
Right.
You have to be
I
able
agree.
to effectively communicate your value proposition, but it's listening,
Yes.
right?
Absolutely.
Listening is the
Identifying
number one selling skill.
Well, you
Well-
can't provide value to somebody unless you know what is valuable to them.
Right.
Right.
It's
And-
listening, but it's also asking the right questions.
Absolutely.
You've got to ask the questions so that you give them an opportunity to talk and you can get what you want
Sure.
out of them. You can figure out what their hot buttons are. Like,
Right.
like one of the great questions in your interview would be, hey, I appreciate you coming in here. Super excited about this interview. What did you see on my resume that brought me here today? What was it that you saw that,
I love that.
that brought me in here today? Like, my piece of paper is why I'm here.
Right.
What is it you saw on here that you
Absolutely.
liked? And get it out of them. So, and then
Sure.
that you can really kind of focus on that a little bit and ask questions around it and have stories and
Yes.
conversation and dialogue around that.
Mhm.
Yes. So speaking of questions, that's another thing I really talk to job seekers about is the questions that they ask. When you start immediately asking questions that are like, hey, can I work remote? It never
How much
comes
is- how
off
much is
well.
fair?
Yeah.
Especially as
Exactly.
an older worker too.
So-
That-
What's the
Yes.
comp?
That's huge.
So
What are the benefits like?
exactly. So
How many days off do I get?
yes, exactly.
Can we
And
go
we
up
see that
$15,000?
so often. We see that more and more. And
Oh,
so
yeah, we see
I
that
always
quite
tell
a bit.
people, if you're looking for, is it a flexible team and you're wanting that information without sounding like that's all you care about, just come out and say, hey, does your team all work the same schedule on site? You know,
okay.
phrase it where
Yeah.
you're gathering information, but not where it comes across like all you care about is working from home in your PJs. And
Right.
because companies are shying away from remote work because they've been burned. People are working multiple contracts at the same time, or who interviews and gets the job's not the one doing the work. Like we're seeing a lot of scams out there. So companies are pulling back
Crazy
going,
scams that
hey,
you wouldn't even think about.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not creative enough to
Wow.
come
I'm
up
not
with something.
creative enough.
Yeah,
Damn.
like, but
Well, there's a lot of companies, they want to try you before they buy you.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, technology is getting better too, to where you can tell who's doing the work and how it's getting done.
It
Yeah.
is getting that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So remote, I think remote is going to be the wave of the future, but you know, with the
We've just got some technology to overcome in the
Yeah.
process, and people who want to bend the rules and go around the system.
Andy, I think you found the absolute right profession
Right.
for
Thank you.
Holy smoke!
Thank you.
So I'm hearing that I should invest in Slack then if more people are going to be working from home, right?
Potentially,
Yeah.
yes. The number one thing
You
I hear
got three
from job
boys. You can't even
seekers,
stay at home and slack.
and I'll say this for any hiring managers that are listening, like especially in the technology world, if you're wanting top talent, those are things people are looking for. They want flexible schedules. They want remote. They want that ability to have a life and work too. And that's like the main thing that we see that people are looking for.
Yeah.
And
I
so you
love
got to
that.
put that out in your job postings too. Otherwise, you aren't going to get the applicants you want.
Absolutely. Or they'll get
Good.
stolen.
Yes.
Andy, what would be the best way for a listener to connect with you? What's the best way?
Connect with me on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn?
Shoot me a private message and I will always respond to you. Let's set up a time to talk. Let's go over your challenges. I can usually review your resume and tell you why you're not getting hired. So that's,
Yeah, connect with Andy, and when you send her a message, make sure you let her know where you're coming from. Say, hey,
Absolutely.
I heard you on the Who You Know show, and you know what I'm saying?
yeah, absolutely.
That's important.
And I have job seeker tips almost every day. So
Yeah, comment on her stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
She won't tell you
Follow her.
what you want to hear sometimes, right? But
I
what
won't.
you need to hear.
I won't. I'm not that nice, but
Andy,
I
I would
will.
love to talk to John about letting you come out to our workshop and seeing what we're doing in there.
absolutely,
Yeah.
I'd love to.
There's a guy named Kyle Rampy that says, Andy, work for
Kyle.
Matrix.
Yes. Hashtag
Kyle
work for
Rampy on
Matrix.
there?
Kyle is amazing,
Hashtag
guys.
work for
Kyle's
Matrix.
cool.
Hey, Kyle.
All right. Well, we got to cut the break and hear from our sponsors, but when we come back, don't go anywhere because we got Bryan
We got
Zawikowski.
Bryan.
There you
Did I
go.
say it right?
You got it right.
Did I get it? All
Great
right.
job.
All right, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
You guys text, all of you guys that are listening, text your friends and tell them to listen to this show today. This show is tremendous today. I'm really enjoying this show.
Yeah, speaking of Slack and slacking, you guys go ahead and click that little button, that little arrow down at the bottom, and share. If you haven't done it already, do it now.
Do it now. Do it now.
Do it
Yeah.
now.
Terminator
Do it
22's just coming out, right? In the spirit of Terminator 22.
Oh, I saw that. I saw
Yeah,
there
there's
was
another
a
one.
thing where
Is
Arnold
it
was
Arnold?
like pumping iron.
Oh, yeah,
and
there's a
saying
new
he's getting ready.
Terminator. Do it now. Save the baby.
That's hilarious.
Head to the
The
chopper.
Terminators, I didn't know that those Terminators aged.
I
Sorry,
think the rest of us
sorry,
did it,
Arnie.
right? So
He
You
works out every
my,
day
you my
still.
man, and the whole 50 grand. But
Hey, politics will do
yeah,
that to you. It
Yeah.
ages
Wow. All right, well, let's go to the audience real quick here.
Yeah, who
so
do
we got
on?
we got Kyle Rampy. What's going on, man? How are you doing, Kyle?
Alyssa Swan.
Alyssa.
Hey, Alyssa.
So me and Alyssa had a conversation today. We're gonna bring her on the show. Super excited to have her as well. She's gonna be talking about talent acquisition, and so we're excited about
Perfect.
that. She's got a spirit for this. She came through the South Lake Focus Group, so
Yep.
good to see you
Who
online
else? We
with
got
us.
Wendy Weiner.
Hey,
I haven't seen Wendy in a long
Wendy?
time. Wendy, I'm actually surprised that you even remember me. It's been so long. Who was our other friend that I met when you and I first met? Who was that? I can't remember.
Bum 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 bum
Bum,
bum
bum,
bum.
bum 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 bum. Ba-da.
Wendy, you're
Okay.
on blast.
Wow. Hey,
Seriously.
Who is Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
I have some little trivia here. Okay. So
Yeah,
we're gonna
trivia,
do some
okay.
trivia.
All
We're gonna
right.
do some
All
trivia
right.
for the listeners. So, you know the story when you land, you got to come back and bring some donuts and tell your story and how it all came about, right?
All that.
That's the spirit, right? When you go to Frisco Connect or South Lake Focus Group, you bring your donuts, tell your story. So I want to know if these job seekers have any idea what our favorite donuts are.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna do
they're
Foster
not the
first.
bacon ones.
We're gonna do Foster first. So for Foster, what do you think Foster's favorite kind of donut is?
Now you guys ought to know that one. I am so boisterous about it.
Yep. So I want you to put a hashtag and then what is it? Chocolate? Is
Nope.
it? Is it
My vote is Bear Claw.
Bear Claw?
Close. That's close. That's close.
I'm gonna go with.
Hard to
You
beat
hitting
it.
close to the
I'm gonna
house.
go. It's not technically a donut, but I'm gonna go with kolache.
Kolaches are good. No,
Kolaches are good. Not
yeah.
not quite kolaches.
Have you seen that hamburger they make with 2 donuts?
Oh
The
yeah, I
cheeseburger?
saw that on Facebook.
Oh my God.
I'm not down.
No, I haven't had it. Just the,
You're not
the
trying
thought
But
of
I
it,
would
the
try
thought of
it though. I would
Just
try
the thought
it
of it.
if it's a Krispy Kreme donut.
That they were Krispy
Blueberry
Kreme.
cake.
Oh, Mark Warner
What
and
Mark
Monkey
say?
Butt. He said, what did he say, Monkey Butt?
Blueberry cake.
Blueberry cake.
Close.
I don't know if
Oh,
I
that
spelled
is-
it right, but
that's
I
actually
That
my
is the
favorite.
best.
Okay,
Yes,
I guess-
So
absolutely.
we've got some
Eau
answers
Claire.
coming in here. We've got
What
we got Meg Rose says Boston cream.
Meg Rose, that's not fair because you brought me some stuff.
John Sparenbeck said
Now,
barbecue.
John probably knows.
Barbecue.
Ernie
Barbecue
said
donut.
I used to
hashtag.
work with John.
John's like my brother.
Ernie said hashtag free.
Oh,
Ernie. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh,
ding,
my.
ding.
So John and I used
Winner,
to work
winner.
together.
John Sparenberg?
Yeah, John. Hey,
Really?
hey. Yeah, CompuCom days. We
Jo-
were on the
oh,
overnights
yeah, that's
together.
right.
Oh.
Yeah.
John and I've never met somebody I'm more like than John. Now, that may
Aw.
be scary, but John and I are
Yeah.
like brothers from another
John's a great
planet.
guy. John's
That
a great
is
guy. I saw him
awesome.
across the
Good
room
guy.
at the prayer breakfast. I couldn't get to him. But
Uh-huh.
great guy.
Yeah, John
Tammy
is a great guy.
Dracopoulos says apple fritter.
Close, Tam.
The suspense is killing us, Foster. What is it?
So, what do you call those little cake donuts,
The cruller?
the Cruller.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Cruller.
So nobody-
C-R-U-L-L-E-R.
I would've never done
that.
Cruller.
I don't know if anybody got it right. Mark, what's your favorite donut?
My favorite donut. Well,
Yeah.
aren't they gonna guess?
Well, I mean, we're
we're
about
almost
out of time. Yeah. What's your favorite donut?
The bacon donut from Hertz Donuts.
The bacon
maple
donut.
Oh, I
Maple
knew you were
bacon.
going to bring up
Yeah.
Hurt Donuts. They do hurt, too.
Yep.
Andy, what's
I'd
your favorite
say-
donut?
I would say the blueberry cake donut.
Blueberry cake.
Yeah.
That was mine too.
That's
Blueberry
what
cake.
Monkey Butt said.
The old fashioned.
I walk away from the donut box and I come back to it an hour later, and if it's still there, then
And
it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
I
go.
love that.
Eric Krischer says Hertz Donuts. Eric,
Hey, wait! Hey, Crash! How
Well,
you doing?
my favorite is the chocolate eclair. So
There you go.
there you go. There,
All right.
when you get
Chocolate
your
eclair?
donuts, you need to come bring them to Frisco Connect, and now you know what we like. Okay,
I
so
like. Yeah, I
quit
like the,
bringing just plain glazed.
Yeah,
All right, guys,
Meg
welcome
Rose, that is
back.
not gross.
Welcome back to the Who You
Hey,
Know
bro.
Job
Job
Networking
Network
Show,
Meg Rose, don't play like that.
where what you know is important,
But
who you know can make all the difference in your
who
job
you know will
search.
get you a job. Come on now.
All right, guys, welcome back. We have a very special guest, Bryan Zawikowski,
Oh,
and did I get that right?
you did.
Man, I got it right. And
Just
this
like
is
it's
my this is my brother here from the Air Force.
Aim high above all.
Yep, he is actually Academy
Yes, Air Force Academy.
grad,
Class of 89.
so he's got a big brain up there.
Well, that's
So-
debatable.
Air Force.
Well-
were you in the Springs?
I was, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
85
yeah,
to
yeah.
89.
I love. Oh man, I
Beautiful.
love the Springs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, Bryan is doing some tremendous work. He is very passionate about the military community and the veteran community, and so he has actually a special position that he has at the Lucas Group or with the Lucas Group. He is running a division that focuses on transitioning folks out of the military into their civilian sector. So,
That's correct.
tell us a little bit more. How'd you get started with that?
Oh yeah.
Well, and much like Andy, I had an experience with the firm when I made my transition out of the military, 1992. Seems like so long ago.
I know it was a little
Holy
while
cow.
ago, my brother.
In the days of thermal faxes and smoke signals, you actually had to mail a resume because faxing was too expensive for some people.
It was. It really was.
But much like Andy, I attended a recruiting event that they were running and saw them, and they seemed really happy. And some of the people had been there for a long time. Unlike a lot of the recruiting industry, not high turnover. And they didn't place me, though. I went to work for a company called Hilti, which actually has moved to
Hilti.
Dallas here.
Oh, yeah.
I was a sales rep for a couple of years for them. But when it was time for me to make a transition, because they wanted me to relocate and I didn't want to, I saw an advertisement for a Lucas Group and applied and was luckily hired. And that was 1994, 25 years ago.
Wow, you've been with them that long.
Yeah, 25 years. Started in California
Oh, dude.
on the sales side, and essentially calling companies and talking about how hiring veterans was great. And back then, a lot of companies didn't know about hiring veterans or why they should hire them, and so we were introducing a lot of them. So there were different barriers to entry then than there are now. And eventually made my way to Texas and moved up through the ranks, and now I run the division that about 65 people nationwide. In 5 different locations that do what I do, and we're part of Lucas Group, which is a major recruiting firm. We're probably one of the top 8 or 9 recruiting firms in executive search in the country. Yeah, and our headquarters is Atlanta, but we have a big presence here in Dallas. Accounting and finance is our
and the DC folks I'm connected with.
Oh yeah, you probably know Carl.
I think I'm connected to Carl.
Yeah, Carl.
Brian, I see you have a special hashtag up here.
Yeah.
Hashtag Life at Lucas.
Life at Lucas.
Guys, I want y'all to hashtag Life at Lucas in the comments section.
You'll see. We are hiring all the time. We're always looking for great people. We're expanding our HR, our IT, our sales and marketing, and our supply chain and operations, as well as our military groups here.
Brian Watson.
Yeah, you know Brian Watson. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have the strongest part of all of our special interest groups in the network is HR. Yeah, and so I'm always reaching out to Brian. Probably rolls his eye in his head when he sees my name.
Actually, he did an interesting group. Speaking of Life at Lucas, his group he took out to do hatchet throwing.
Oh, really?
And he won.
Wow!
And I'm not
Brian,
sure.
I'm gonna be nice to you.
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure most of the members of the team made it back. But
most.
Apparently they have a rule there. You can't start any beer drinking until after you're done throwing.
After the last hatchet's thrown.
I feel like that's a good rule.
Exactly.
The last hatchet.
But
I like that, Mark.
Yeah, I think the veteran placement business has changed quite a bit over the years. Now there's more awareness of hiring veterans, and we expanded too. We started just placing junior military officers, and then in the late 90s expanded to enlisted as well. And now that's the biggest piece of our business.
Sure.
And the Wall Street Journal reported a few months ago that it's one of the first times in American history where it's harder to fill a blue collar position than it is a white collar one. And so one of our biggest
that's true.
Try to find a good electrician.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
The trades are
welders,
deep in need. Deep in
God.
need.
Yep. And all the way up through, placing, more senior military officers. But our sweet spot is probably the senior NCO and the junior military officer, and in some cases, people that have been in the corporate world for a little while too, and are making another transition. And,
that's what I was going to ask. I mean, I'm a veteran, but I've been out now since '99. I've been out 20 years. So, can I still work with the military division, or how does that work?
What we would do is the candidates like yourself that would come in, job seekers, we would take a look at your background and see if you fit one of our other divisions, one of their functional areas, what they work. And if that's the case, we refer you over there to see if they have anything for you. But we would continue to work with you to guide you through that process, because my team has the unique ability to present that military background in a different light, in a way that employers will understand more. But obviously, the more time it's been since you've been in the military, more relevant your civilian experience matters, and the less your military experience matters. Other than if the hiring manager has a military background, they may prefer that because they know what they're getting.
Sure. Okay. Are you familiar with Casey McCoon and the Project Relo outfit that does corporate training for CEOs on hiring veterans?
No, I have not. I'm not.
We gotta get you plugged in with him.
Absolutely.
Mark Warner will get you plugged in. Monkey Butt will get you.
Monkey Butt, say hello. He gave us a thumbs up. Monkey Butt. You guys.
So y'all are so slow. I'm already ahead of you. I've already connected with them on LinkedIn. I'm waiting for Brian to connect with me. And
there
then,
you go.
I'm
waiting on the pizza.
There you go. There you go. So Brian, tell us a little bit more about the type of hiring that you do. Are there industries that you're focused in, or is it pretty broad? Who do you look for now? How do you find people?
Absolutely. Well, the industries are pretty broad based, mostly in manufacturing or some type of operations. In fact, I would say the company that hires more military veterans than anybody right now is Amazon.
Really?
Okay. They're huge.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they got a lot of openings anyway.
Oh yeah, and that's a perfect fit, and that type of environment is a great fit for them, and it's a tough job. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
So actually, we benefit from a little bit of that in some ways, because the people that leave Amazon come out with a lot of great experience. So we place those folks.
They do.
But the experience that people come out of the military with is more intangible in many cases, aside from the skilled trades, is more intangible. The people skills, the leadership skills. Think about it when you're 20, in some cases, a 21, 22, 23-year-old, and you're responsible for dozens of people. In the private sector, it would take you into your 30s before you get that unless you're an entrepreneur and build your own business, you're not going to have that level of responsibility, let alone life or death responsibility for those that served, post 9/11 that were getting shot at. And so it's a different maturity level of person that comes out. And so, that's our job, is to try to make those matches. And unlike the specific fields like IT, where the resume and what's on the resume matters, we try to transcend that and get employers to see what's not on the resume, but who the person really is.
Right.
And companies are getting smarter about that too. They're having veterans in their organizations get involved in that hiring process, because a lot of veterans anyway, when they start that job search, they're unsure about what their value is, where they might fit. They don't know what they don't know. And even with all the research that's available, they still aren't sure, or in some cases worse, they think they're sure, and then they get what they think they wanted, and it turns out it wasn't.
Right.
And then they end up making a few hops in the beginning of their career. So, it's rather interesting that how technology has helped, but also overwhelmed.
One of the things that we talk about here in the on the show and in the network is adaptability, right? Trainability. Yes. And that's one thing that I see in veterans. For the most case, a lot of times people discount that, I think, or they don't focus on that. But talk to me a little bit about that. Do people recognize the adaptability, the trainability of veterans, and how they can transition into different areas?
I think veterans understand that better than anybody, because your entire military life is nothing but training, evaluation, practice, recertification, training, and you're constantly being evaluated. And one thing that we look at as we evaluate candidates that we're going to work with is we do look at their military evaluations, because those are not whitewashed. I mean, they are the real deal. The commanders are pretty honest about what the person's strengths and weaknesses are. And they can only rank certain people above average, where some employee reviews aren't exactly that, right? Everybody walks on water.
Yeah.
But
everybody gets a trophy.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And Marines are the toughest about that too, by the way. An average Marine is somebody that's ranked average on their reports, on their fitness reports, is still a stellar human being. Yeah. And is a top performer. I will say that, even being an Air Force guy, and a shout out to the Marines on my team, they know I love them.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, I just thought of something. Does this name ring a bell with you? Christopher Percy. Does that? If it does not, I will be more than glad to connect you with him. He created the Marine Corps Business Network. There are probably 60, 65 chapters across the United States, including Hawaii and Alaska. Christopher, if I got that right, man, just let me know if I didn't get that right.
I have heard of that. I haven't heard of him.
Powerful gentleman.
Yep.
How about upper echelon, right? Upper ranking officers and like NCOs, E9s, O5s, O6s, things like that, people that are more in the executive leadership?
I would say there are fewer of them, of course. The military is a pyramid. You get up to those ranks, there are much fewer of the senior chiefs, for example, in the Navy. Those people are incredibly placeable.
Really?
Yeah, because of the hands-on experience. They come up through the ranks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they come up through the ranks.
And they're leaders. They're tough. I mean, they are fantastic. They could go right into a plant manager job, for goodness sakes, without blinking an eye. And a lot of them do. And we found that the lieutenant colonels and above, the generals certainly don't need our help in most cases, because they're so well networked.
They're probably already got some.
The lieutenant colonels and colonels can sometimes use our help, but a lot of times when you're getting out at that stage of your career, your location parameters are pretty tight, because you've got kids in high school that are finishing up, and it's very difficult for you to leave. So that, in the past, had made it a little bit difficult. Now, with the advent of more remote employee opportunities, that's becoming more available. Those opportunities are becoming more available for them.
Yeah.
But also, employers now, given the job market we have, which is super tight, we're seeing some amazing things happen where companies are coming to us for talent and just, we need just raw talent for this. We show them some of these senior people, and they find a job for them that we didn't even know existed.
Mhm.
And that's part of what we do too, is just introducing people. Hey, I think when you get to know your employer, and then place somebody that we didn't know the position existed, because we know the employer, we know the candidate,
Right.
and that's happened a few times. It's so much fun when it does, because I recall we placed an individual at 23andMe, kind of a fun company, right? And
Yeah.
I happen to remember a candidate that I had presented to another employer like a year earlier, and I said, "Hey, what's up with what's her name?" And it turns out she had worked for Amazon. She was over in Germany, and this job was perfect for her. It was a COO role, actually. And we hooked them up, and it happened. It took a while, but it happened.
I love that.
Yeah. And that's what a good recruiter does. You
It
remember
is.
people.
Absolutely.
There's an E9 friend of mine that runs the Federal Employment Training Center, named Manuel Washington, and I've got to introduce you to him too. He's just right over in Arkansas,
In
Arlington.
Yeah. And we actually have a listener right now. I tagged you, Peter Stamps. You need to
Peter
connect.
Stamps.
You need to connect with Bryan Zawikowski.
You got tagged.
Oh yeah, you
All
got
right.
tagged, Peter.
love
So
Wow.
he is
Called
a
out.
he was a Navy guy.
Okay,
So
great.
he was in our workshop on Monday, and yeah, I think you guys could talk about a lot. So
Fantastic.
You know what? I like that. So tag a veteran in the comments section.
yep, tag a
Tag-
veteran.
I like
Tag, you know what I'm saying? Tag them. You know somebody. You need to just tag them in this.
As a matter of fact, Kerry Knoll
Yeah.
is a veteran
Oh,
who just
Sure he
landed.
is.
So,
There's
yeah.
a lot of them around that
Yeah.
you may not even know.
Yeah.
hey, you know what? Also, if you're in IT, put hashtag IT, right?
Hashtag IT.
Hashtag
Hashtag
IT.
IT.
Matrix.
Hashtag Matrix.
Work
That's
for
right.
Matrix.
Yeah, work for Matrix. Yeah, hashtag work for Matrix. Put that in the comments section.
Yes.
All of these
So
companies
how-
know Matrix.
How do you find people? Like, are there, as people are going through TAP, or what is the deal?
All
as far as
manner
where you're
of
sourcing?
ways. So a lot of my recruiting team has been in the business for, I think our average for our recruiters, because we break it up, recruiters and also the people that deal with the companies, our account executives. Our recruiters have an average tenure of about 8 years.
Okay.
And so they have pretty expansive networks, and so it's a good referral momentum gets going. LinkedIn is a powerful tool for us as well. For sourcing people that way. We do go out to the major bases and do presentations.
Sure.
The TAP offices sometimes aren't as. It depends on the TAP office. Sometimes they see us as a threat somehow. I don't know, but so we normally will do a presentation off base. But around their job fairs or their presentations as well. So we're capturing those people and getting referrals from them as well, because as we tell everybody, you will transition out of the military at some point.
At some point.
Right.
So, and we engage people sometimes very early in their careers as well, and just to introduce ourselves to them and make sure they're getting our messages over time, because things change. You can get injured, your family situation changes, and you make that decision. It's time to go. And maybe you had thought you were going to make it a career, but all of a sudden you're not. And it's good to have the resources available to you. So, yeah, I've got about 30 people or so across the country that are focused on different regions, different services and whatnot, and experts in those fields. So, and then the other side of the equation is our account executives who find the employers, and then we get together, we make the matches, hopefully ones that are going to last a long time.
Yeah. Do you have any specific needs right now? Anything hot that you're trying to fill?
Oh my! All kinds of technical roles, as I mentioned earlier. The trades positions are hot. Just about everywhere in the country. A good electrician, mechanic, or electronics technician is worth its weight in gold. Engineers of all kinds of mechanical, electrical engineers.
Yeah.
Very, very valuable, and even just general maintenance leaders are needed as well. And a lot of it is just because, and the hands-on thing is the same way, because those skills are not readily available in the talent pool right now, because people didn't send their kids to trade school, 15 years ago,
Yeah.
20 years ago, because somehow they had to go to college. And, now we're way short on those people, and we'll
Way
continue to be
short.
for the foreseeable future, because now the baby boomers that were doing that for years and years and years
Absolutely.
have to retire.
Yeah, we're old. We don't want to do it no more.
Yeah. I don't make it in my current job. I'm going to go be a pipe fitter.
Oh, my God.
Hey, I heard like a diesel mechanic. You can make a lot of money.
My
Oh,
goodness.
man.
You'll have to-
Plumbers.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, these trades, I mean, you can make a
Yeah.
lot of money.
Especially when there's a
Ooh.
shortage.
Ooh, here's a
Oh,
cool
yeah.
one. Here's a cool one. Underwater welder.
Underwater
Oh,
basket weaving.
No. The underwater welders, they make a killing. Of course.
They do.
It is kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
dangerous, though.
Northrop
Yeah.
Grumman,
I
are
don't
you
know if I'm gonna sign up
listening?
for that?
Yes, you're in water with electricity, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
We used to talk to our high school students about that a lot, about before you go into $40,000 of debt to get a bachelor's in psychology, which you actually can't get any jobs with.
Right.
If you're not going to get your master's, then probably don't go that route. But consider trade school because your earning potential is there without all of the debt.
So you
I'm
guys
a
should
drag
do-
racer,
should
so
do-
go learn how to build a
You guys
motor.
Right.
You guys should do workshops for high school parents
Oh.
and their kids. You know?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
They
Yeah,
get
don't
the schools.
don't go to
Yeah.
don't go to SMU for a physical education degree.
No.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Wow.
Unless you're going to
They're
play in the
number
NFL or something.
18.
Yeah.
They may
Yeah.
have some players this year.
Brian, what is the best way for our listener audience to get in connection with you?
Yeah.
Well, 2 ways, really. LinkedIn is good. You just send me a private message again. I will get back and hook you up with the right recruiter. You can also go to our website, lucasgroup.com, and you can see job postings there. We're actually in the process of upgrading our website. So if that doesn't work, then by all means, you can email me, Zawikowski at lucasgroup.com. I'm sure you got that spelling right. But
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, guys, this power hour went so fast for our radio audience.
Our radio folks.
That is the show.
That's it. Bye-bye.
It's all about
Who ya know.
But LinkedIn, don't go anywhere. We still want to talk
you
to
guys
you.
stay on the
Don't
hook.
Yeah.
go anywhere.
Hang tight.
Matter of fact, we got a lot of folks
We got
on with
quite
us.
a few
I
people
love
on
it.
LinkedIn.
Yeah, so Erica, she says,
Yes.
are you hiring data analysts?
Yes.
Yes. Kyle says, better have some insurance. I
There's
bet
Peter's
I
thing.
bet he was talking about the
Underwater
underwater
welding.
welding.
Yeah,
Yeah, better have some
probably.
insurance. That's awesome. So we got a whole bunch of hashtag work for
Manuel
Matrix.
I love it.
Arrow.
I'll
And,
be connecting with you guys.
Yeah, we got a
Yeah.
ton of hashtag life at Lucas.
Love it.
I also want to give special shout out here, Yolanda. She said she's hashtag IT. We got a ton of great comments in here. One of the things I want to bring up is why we're talking about these hashtags all the time. On every show, we're talking about hashtag this and hashtag that.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't really understand what the heck a hashtag is,
Why?
it basically groups your information as well as everybody else's that's using it into kind of like a central
A followable.
yeah.
Is that a word? Followable?
Searchable,
It is
anyway.
now.
Searchable.
Searchable.
Trackable.
And you can follow hashtags. And so I'll give you an example. You guys need to go check out hashtag careers. Okay, hashtag careers has over 20 million
Ooh,
followers.
there's a lot of followers.
Yeah.
Right? So it's something that's super important when you're posting information, right? If you're going to post your resume or if you're going to post something on LinkedIn, use a hashtag behind it, because when you post and you use hashtag careers, you have the potential of 20 million people
Absolutely.
who are following that can see it. So it's
That's
like,
part of how I have so many connections. So every time I post job tips, I hashtag.
yeah.
And I will always, hashtag work for Matrix or hashtag ask Andi. There's always,
Mhm.
my favorite hashtag is employability. Like, that's my favorite word right now.
Yeah.
And so, but I buy into that because I've received a lot of connections going, hey, I found this because you did hashtag job seeker or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of great hashtags, guys. We have a hashtag. Okay.
All right.
We do.
Hashtag-
Hashtag
Who
Mark
ya know?
Elder is awesome.
No.
Oh, come on, Mark. Come on, man. Come on, son. Hashtag who you know. I mean, you're cool, but
Yeah.
come on, son. Hashtag who you know. And you can actually follow it. Okay. So we'd love for you to follow it, and we'd actually love for you to use it. That is your hashtag to use if you're sharing information out there that's relevant to the job search. Okay. Don't be sharing some craziness and then posting with hashtag who you know. But
Right.
but you see what I'm saying. But if
Well,
it's
I love
relevant to the job search, like
Relevance.
a post about resumes or whatever, or maybe it's a job posting, the underground job board, right? Stuff that doesn't really get put up there,
Mm-hmm.
that we
Oh,
just share it around.
The underground job board.
The underground job board.
Find out about those jobs before they go to the meeting and get approved.
Yeah,
That's
the
it.
Secret,
That-
the secret job board. It's
Yep.
kind of like the secret menu at In-N-Out.
We get those all the time. We have people send
In
those
and
to
out.
us all the time, and we post them, and we post hashtag who you know. So go look at hashtag who you know. You may see some cool stuff, and follow it too, guys. Follow that hashtag.
And the
Mhm.
part of the key
Yes.
too is when you're not looking for a job, connect like you are,
Uh-huh.
Right.
because you should know, especially as you rise through the ranks, you should know people at your level and
Yes.
above, and make it a point to know who they are, what they do, where
agree.
they are.
What I would like to put out there for those of you that are still listening and still on, if you are not connected with any of us, Just go ahead right
Oh,
now. Just
please
click
do
on
that.
it. Just click on it and connect
Yes.
with us on. Make sure we're connected
do.
on LinkedIn.
I'd
Yeah.
like to address some of those people that Brian was talking about a while ago, some of you senior executive folks. We have what we call a C group on Thursdays, Senior Executive Alliance. Everybody in that group are CIOs, CFOs, see this, see Dick James, see Spot Run. No, I'm just kidding. VP folks, you guys connect with me, Foster Williams, and I will share some of that information. I will be glad to talk with you and get you involved in the C group.
That's great.
There you go. Love it. Also, in the description of this post, so it's like up here or over there.
Oh
or
yeah, the
somewhere-
see more. Where it says
somewhere
see
over
more.
there. Yeah, click on that
Yeah.
see more over there. Not where it says multi-streaming with restream. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna get rid of that actually, but it's okay. But look at that digital business card down at the bottom. I want you to click on that, and that has more resources for you. We do free professional headshots at Frisco Connect. You can register for one of those. Update your email signature, your LinkedIn profile. So we give those out at Frisco Connect.
Yes.
Our workshop, if you want to connect with us at our workshop, it's every Monday, 1 to 5 at Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters. So you can
It's
connect
fun.
with us there, but you need to register for that. And we always have an event every quarter. We're changing it up. It's called Career Search at CityWorks, but I think I named it. I named the new event, the new venue, guys.
What
So-
you got?
So it's Career Expo at Omni Frisco.
I like it.
Career
Nice.
Expo at Omni
I like
Frisco.
that.
They know
Like
what
that?
it is. They know where it is.
Holly came up
Yeah.
with that, didn't you?
No,
Holly,
no,
did you
no,
come
no.
up with that?
That was all me. Career Expo at Omni Frisco. We don't have the exact date and details for you just yet. That'll be in January probably sometime.
Yeah.
So hopefully none of you will need to be there. Or if you do come, you can bring what was your favorite donut?
Oh, cruller.
Yeah.
Bring a cruller.
And Mark?
Bacon donut from Hertz Donuts.
Wow.
Bacon. Blueberry,
Blueberry.
and chocolate
Two
eclair.
berries.
And no Meg Rose. That is not gross.
Meg
Rose.
Rose.
That is
Which
delicious.
one did
never
Meg Rose
tried
say
it.
was gross? Bacon?
The
No,
bacon
Bacon.
donut.
I'm kind of with
delicious,
Meg on
actually.
that.
Hey, I want to give a special shout out
Meg is
because
way
we have
cool.
Ellen, and I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to put this out here. It's under Alan Reno Patchwork Quilt on Facebook, but he wrote in and he says, "Hi, I'm watching from Manchester
Oh, hey,
In the
what's going
in
on?
the
All
UK.
right, all
All
right.
right.
in jolly old England."
No,
5
yeah.
hours ahead of
Will the
us.
tips still apply?
Very
Yeah,
cool.
tips still apply.
With an accent.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm going to have
You
to
know-
reach out to those people in the UK,
Speaking
especially
of
McCall's.
Speaking of, real quick, so I'm working on a tool through the Restream platform so that we can communicate with the other platforms too, because we know we're live
with
streaming
Buddy?
on Facebook. We have 4
Right.
Facebook channels, and we actually have a YouTube channel.
YouTube.
It's
So,
awesome.
and we're all live on those. So I know we got people like trying to talk to us, and then we don't talk back, and we're just
Right.
like not recognizing them. So we're sorry, guys. We love you too.
Yes.
I love you too, man.
We love LinkedIn.
But come on to LinkedIn. That's all I'm saying. Come on,
Absolutely.
get over here on LinkedIn.
Yeah,
It's a
get over here
professional
on
network.
LinkedIn.
Well, hold up. But
But
Hold up.
go to YouTube and subscribe.
yes, yeah, go subscribe.
Oh,
on YouTube.
yeah.
Go to the Who You Know show on YouTube, our channel, and subscribe.
Hey, Mark, can they
They
see
can watch the
past
replay.
shows on YouTube?
You
Yeah.
can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
watch it.
yeah.
That's how I've been stalking you.
So it's kind of cool because with LinkedIn and other social media, it kind of gets buried within all the other
Right.
stuff, right? It
Uh-huh.
just like there's so much content being produced
Sure.
all the time on Facebook and LinkedIn and all that, right? It
All
gets
the time.
buried,
It does.
and they don't really have a good way of archiving it.
I agree.
But YouTube, that's exactly what they do. They are a search
Absolutely.
engine. They archive it. You can go watch previous shows. It's really cool. So I would highly encourage you to
I'm
do
gonna
that.
share it, but I got to figure out how.
How? Tell them to go to the digital business card. It's right in there. Go to
Yeah,
the digital business card, and you can. Everything's in there, guys. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Here, I got a
from there.
link. I got a link.
You got it. Get a link. Get a link.
Yep. Got a link. Got a link.
You got a link?
Got a link.
Wow.
All right.
Come on.
Before we go, it is Shout Out Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Hump Day.
Or way back
Day.
Wednesday.
Hump day.
So we want to give y'all a shout out before you go. Just put your name in the comments section, and we'll
There's
give you a
Peter
special
Stan.
shout out.
I love
We've
it.
got David Ferner. Hey, congrats, David. We gave a
Hey,
shout out to
congratulations,
you.
David.
Yeah.
Dave Fern.
Yes. Let's see who else we got here with
Wendy Weiner.
us. Oh, and remember, hit that
Wendy
share button
Weiner.
on your
I'm
way
sorry,
out too.
Wendy.
You got to
Yep.
hit that share
Ernie
button.
Vanderleest, Meg Rose.
Yep.
David
Joel.
Kyle.
Hope.
Holly Gordon.
We got Hope. Hey, Holly, how
Holly
are
Gordon.
you?
Joel Inkroat. No, you're at work. Never mind. You can't tune in.
Joel Fry.
Erica,
Joel
Melissa.
Fry.
John Sparenberg.
Melissa, we see you out there. How are you?
We got a ton of people on.
Is Melissa
I
on?
love that.
Melissa is on. Yeah, Melissa's here with
My
us.
phone stopped
Timothy
working.
Bradley, you made it. Hey, Tim.
Oh, Tim.
Timothy
So Tim's
B.
back to work.
Yes.
Tim B's back to work.
We also got reactions from Fanny. Hey.
Fanny.
Fanny.
Dan
Everybody
McCall,
loves Fanny.
Paul Hedgepeth. Hey, Paul. Julie Young.
Yep.
Sal Vergara, who's going to come on
Sal
the show.
Vergara.
Yep. Sal will be with us next week.
Sal, I got to talk to you about your
Yeah.
cousin, man.
Greg Krause. You talked with Greg Krause the other day, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Greg, how are you, man?
Greg.
Good to see
Greg.
you.
Ryan Jones over at the Lucas Group.
Oh,
Hey.
hey.
All right,
there
Ryan
we go.
Jones.
Ryan, actually, interesting story. He came to us via a program called SkillBridge, which
Skillbread.
which allowed he interned with us for like 4 months, and we're bringing him on board.
Nice.
Starting
You guys
the
got
next month.
him.
Yep, he was in Japan actually at the time.
Was he?
Yeah.
Wow. How so? It was all done like web conference?
No,
or-
he came over. It's
came
it's
over,
an
okay.
internship program. He was on site with us for a few months. His
Okay.
wife stayed over there, packed their stuff up, and he just closed down his house and is
So
going to
cool.
be he's going to be moving here permanently in a few weeks. So hey, Ryan.
That's great.
That's
Brandy
awesome.
Shade, hello. We got to get
Brandy.
you.
Hey, Brandy.
Yeah.
One of the
Well,
best.
Brandy.
We
One
got
of
a
the
bunch
best
of
career
Lucas Group.
coaches in
Nicholas
there.
Dunsworth.
Yeah, Nick Dunsworth.
Nick Dunsworth.
Hooah.
Yeah. Who?
Erica.
Scott Price.
Eric Krischer, what's going
Scott
on?
Pressure. Yep.
He
Scott
says
Price is
fly
one of
Navy.
the most
Oh,
amazing
Nabil.
salespeople in the business.
Nabil Hussein.
Yep.
And I'm probably not going to get this right, but
Bill's in Houston.
Jyoti.
What, people in Houston are listening, I guess.
Jyoti Maheshwari.
Oh, you know that's a
I feel
good.
like you
that's,
did a great
I
job on
know
that.
that's good. That's a good try.
Francis, what's
If
that
going
was
on?
wrong,
I
it
tried
still
to se-
sounded great.
I tried to spread the word. Our marketing department's pretty aggressive too.
Oh, this is so
Oh,
much fun.
Neha Jain.
Yes, she's one of our recruiters.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, senior
Oh, there you go.
recruiter.
Hey,
Great Java full stack.
while the
Yes,
while the
sure.
comments start pouring in, one of the things I wanted to bring up is I'm going to be having a conversation with LinkedIn very soon about this beta, which is LinkedIn Live. So LinkedIn Live is still beta, guys. This is still brand spanking new.
We are really blessed. To
Hey,
be
LinkedIn
on.
Yes.
Live. Mark Elder has his application in, by the way.
Yes, Mark Elder has. I'm sorry, man. You're in the black hole,
It's a,
bro. You need to
You don't know
rehumanize
enough
it.
people.
Who are you
Right.
connected
I'm
to?
calling
You
him
better
out
get
right
your
here.
bomb going,
he's gonna
baby.
send.
Better
He's
get
gonna
your
send him.
bomb.
He's gonna send him this video and hope it works.
That's right.
That's what I did. I that's how I had to get it. Was we were in studio and I had the little whiteboard and I put LinkedIn Live on it and I was getting their attention.
Yeah, I
You
need
gotta
to
get their
start my.
attention.
I need to start my video series, my LinkedIn Live series, Asian Backyard Barbecue.
Anyways,
Yeah,
we
you
went
got a whole
squirrel.
bunch of 'em over there.
That was totally squirrel.
How about
totally squirrel.
backyard Asian barbecue?
Backyard Asian Barbecue.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of barbecue.
That
is,
sounds
isn't it?
great.
and
That
it's
sounds
delicious.
great.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow,
yes.
that's great.
That's
It's really, really great.
come on,
It's really
son.
great. I had something I was going
You've
to
never
say.
had-
It's great. We
Come
just
on,
we just
son.
went total
Oh.
squirrel. No, I want to know, what do you like or dislike about LinkedIn Live, because I'm about to have a conversation with him. That's what, Mark.
He said he wants a
Asian
job. That's- he
barbecue.
wants his
Get out of
job.
here with that. No, seriously, LinkedIn Live. I want to know, my audience here, I want to know what are some things that you would like to see from this platform. Guys,
Barbecue.
Yeah.
I get
Yes.
to have direct conversations with these folks.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
So is there something that you want to see or change? Are you on other live platforms and there's something like, are you on Instagram Live and you're like, man, I really like that they do this? What do you want to see on this platform? And I'll present those questions to LinkedIn Live.
I want to see a central repository for the videos.
Here's a couple of my comments on it. Yeah, I like that. You want to be able to
Go
pull
back
them
and
up.
have all the videos. Yep.
Totally. That's why we have YouTube.
Yep.
Basically.
Basically, yeah.
But one of the things that the comments are not always they're not always aligned
Mhm.
depending on
Right.
where you're looking at it.
Right.
I noticed today we couldn't find the stream for a while.
yes.
It took a while.
I
Yeah,
know,
and there
I
are
know.
comments on my phone that are not on here,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the comments aren't always synced up. You can't always find it.
Mm-hmm.
I was noticing, like, from the website, from my computer, I could find it just fine. But my
Right.
phone, I'm like, I can't even find my own stream. I'm streaming
Right.
right now. I can't even find it.
Absolutely.
So
I had a hard time finding it.
those are some things, some inconsistencies, which those are bugs, right? It's still beta, right? They're
It
working
is
that.
technology we're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, not a big deal. So, but those are some things.
Yeah.
But what else? Here's some other things that I think would be nice when you post a link in there to see a preview. Like, for instance, when we post in website, you know how
Yeah.
you can
Right.
see the preview of the website. It'll pull
that's
up a
cool.
preview. I think that'd be a good idea if we posted in links in the
Sure.
comments
Mhm.
section. You'd be able to see that. what are some other suggestions, guys? We'd love to hear that from you so I can present those to LinkedIn Live. And
Guys,
we can
on a little bit different note, and then we're going to get back to the LinkedIn thing because it's very important. Career Search Network, the sale of Yahoo to Verizon has been completed, and Yahoo Groups is going away. So we will be choosing another platform in which we will be doing our communications across this huge network. When we determine what that's going to be, I will be letting you guys know. But in the meantime, I think Yahoo Groups will allow us to still post jobs, post meetings, things like that. But some of the presentations and things that we have been storing for you guys to pull up on your specific Yahoo Groups will be going away.
That's a good. Okay, so if you know of a better forum, right? Put that suggestion. We'd love to hear some suggestions.
We've talked about Google Groups. I don't know. What do you guys think about Google Groups?
Well,
I can tell you.
Hopefully, they've rectified their security system. They had that security breach.
My opinion was the Yahoo Groups to me just were a little outdated. I felt so maybe a reason why they're going away. I just felt they were outdated. But what would you feel like would be a better forum if you have a suggestion for all that content? Because we need that. That content is super valuable.
Super valuable.
I mean, people are posting in there. They're posting tips. They're posting jobs. They're posting events. They're posting anything that's relevant that can help a job seeker. So what forum would you like to see that on? I mean, we have our groups and stuff like that, but something that's more central that all the different groups can post to.
Like Alta Vista groups?
Marissa Mayer, stick with us.
Was that supposed to be a joke?
We want you to stick with us now. You've done a wonderful job at Yahoo, and continue with whatever your next place is going to be.
Does Reddit allow postings like that with file storage or anything like that? I'm not an expert in Reddit.
I don't know.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I don't know.
I know Facebook groups have file storage.
Oh, yeah.
Our IT focus
LinkedIn's
group
too.
people, you guys, I hope you guys are listening because that's where we're batting around a lot of different ideas are in our IT group.
Yeah,
What
give
about
us
a
some
group in
suggestions.
LinkedIn
Yeah,
groups.
that's what I think they have file storage.
Well, no, I'm sorry. LinkedIn,
No.
I love you. You know how I love you, LinkedIn. You're getting better. You're getting there. I'm just being real. Let's be real about it.
Yeah, we're still beta anyway.
LinkedIn groups are not even close to like a Facebook group. The
Right.
capability of
Right.
what you can do with it.
Right.
But
Everybody
LinkedIn,
didn't
we
use
love you. We
Facebook.
still love you. You're my
But I
favorite.
think LinkedIn didn't like the groups. The groups were pretty cool for a while.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they changed some of the functionality of it that basically clipped its wings.
Yeah.
Well,
it's kind of a
Microsoft
neutered
did buy
version of a group.
LinkedIn,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I see a lot on Facebook. I see a lot on meetups.com. Like
Meetups.com.
a lot of active groups out there. That's how I
We're
find.
not
As a matter
going to
of
get
fact,
everybody
that
on
might,
Facebook.
Meetup.com might be the best forum,
Right.
because it's a minimal cost and
Right.
it is secure. It's locked down. You can have
Right.
member only. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I like
Meetup.
meetups.
Meetups.
Yep.
Yeah.
Meetups. I don't know.
IT, you guys listening?
Yeah, give us some suggestions, guys. We'd love to hear that. And let's give some shout-outs before we go. Again, Meg Rose, David Ferner, John Sparenberg, Elisa Swan. Good to see you with us. Joel, we love you guys. Eric Kirshner, Ryan Jones, Francis, how are you? Guys, we love you. Congratulations to all those who landed. We had Ashwin, Meg Rose, David, Tracy, Carrie. Man, the list goes on and on.
Andy, we forgot you, Andy. I know you landed at Wells Fargo, and congratulations, brother.
And you have a job now, okay? Your job is to go pay it forward, right?
That is true.
Go connect with the decision makers inside of the companies.
Meg
you just
Rose, we're
landed.
not even worried about you. You're already paying it forward.
I also want to put out one other comment there, and not related to the job search, but October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so make sure that you guys donate or do something good for
sure.
the cause.
Donate and then hit that share button.
Wear the pink socks.
Yeah, hit that share button at the end. Guys, we love you. Have a great, fantastic Wednesday.
Yes.
That is our show.
Hump
It's all
Day.
about-
It's all about
Who ya know on Hump Day.
Bye.